Each year, we put on 3 tours. The last Saturday in June, the last weekend in July, and the last Saturday in September. Hey, it's Jason Turpin here, and I'm sitting outside. The lights just came on, and it got me thinking and really excited about the upcoming night tour. And I just wanted to take a minute and share with you what happens every year the last Saturday in September. So I'm sitting here with Nancy.
Hi.
So Nancy, I gotta tell you, last night I was sitting at my house and the lights came on and it got me thinking a little bit about the night tour and how excited I am about it. So whenever I think of the night tour, I think about the conversations that you and I have about how it's pretty much your favorite tour. So why is the night tour your favorite tour?
It really is my favorite tour, even though I know you're not supposed to have favorites, but I do really love the night tour. It's beautiful, it's fall, the evenings are normally cool, we eat dinner outside, we visit beautiful properties, all illuminated in different ways. Every property is unique, and it's a real partying atmosphere. We have a lot of fun on that tour, so it's my favorite.
It's your favorite. People do love the party.
They do. I am Nancy Gleason. I am the office manager here at Turpin. So I work with all of these very hardworking, a little bit crazy people who do amazing things. And so I'm the office manager. That just means I do a little bit of everything.
How does the tour work? Once they purchase the tickets, they get an address, right?
Correct.
And then what happens? We all go to the first house?
Yeah, everyone meets at the first house, and there's always ample parking, so no worries about that. We make sure of that. We meet at the first house. You send an email with that address, and everybody comes to the first house. We normally head to the backyard. There is hors d'oeuvres and drinks. Everyone kind of says hi, visits the first property, gets to walk around, chat, and normally we're at the property for a good 45 minutes to an hour, and we just get to visit, sit down, relax, walk around, do whatever you please, meet people. And then once we're through, everyone's had a chance to see the property, have something to eat and drink. We get everyone, we board the buses, and then we start out for our next stop.
So when we're at the first stop though, it's still dark, or I'm sorry. So when we're
It's not dark yet.
not dark yet. So we're at the first house, it's still light outside, right?
Correct.
And your car's there.
Yes.
So then we board the buses and we go around. And the cool part is at the end, when you come back, your car's there, but it's also dark, so you're able to see that property in the dark now, right?
Once again, and that's normally where we have our dessert and coffee. Is served at the last property. So when we wind up and completely finish our tour, you're going to finish back at the same house. Then you get to see that house lit up, and you get to have coffee and dessert and chat. And then once you're through with that, you may leave whenever you like.
Buses come, we all board the buses, and we head on over to the second stop. What happens there?
The second stop, we normally have dinner. So we get off the bus and then we see the property, and dinner is waiting for us normally. So you arrive there and you get your plate and you have a lovely dinner. Sarah takes care of the food. She does a great job. And so you have a nice dinner, and then you get to tour the property. You can stay there about an hour at least, right? And so once there's no rush.
Yep.
Take your time, have your dinner. When you're finished with that, you get up and you board the bus for the next property.
So we actually get to the second stop while it's still light outside.
Right.
And the cool part is why it's getting dark, the lights come on, and you're able to kind of see that property transform from day to night.
Right,
Is that
right. Yeah, it is.
Pretty
It's great, yeah. So we stay there for maybe 20, 25 minutes normally, do we? About? I don't realize that. How long do we stay there? The next couple stops is dark, so which is really great, having the bus. You don't have to worry about your GPS or anything. So you board the bus, we go to the next stop. Each of the stops have unique lighting. So, we have like laser lighting, and we have bullet lighting, and, property lighting and pond lighting. Just all kinds of different. It's really nice to see what's available, to see what people do. People are super creative. And so is our team, but to see what they've done with lighting, it's great. And so every house will give you just a very unique, eclectic look at the different things you can do.
So when we're on the bus, we'll also tell you a little bit about what you're going to see and when the property was built.
Right, right. So there's lots of information. We try and give everybody kind of a sneak peek into what they're about to see. So you'll get some information on the house, maybe the homeowner, the water feature. Some of them, have stories behind why they were built. Some of them may have been built because someone was sick. Some may be built as gifts. Some of them may have been built at one point and expanded. So every property has a story. Some of them are funny stories. I'll always write through the story about the one property where you had to kind of go into the master bedroom so you could be sure they could see the feature, water feature from inside their house. So lots of them have great stories. So we give you a little tidbit so you know what you're kind of getting into, and then we'll give you a little bit, and then you get off and you can see. And when you come back on the bus, a lot of people have questions. How big is that pond? How much water does it hold? All kinds of things. So we're able to answer those questions too.
Yeah, we have designers on each of the buses. I think this tour is really for a few different types of people. Meaning, first of all, it's for the food bank, right?
Absolutely.
So that's a really neat thing. So if you're looking to donate to a charity and support a good cause, that's a good way. The next one is sometimes we get people that are really interested in getting ready to do a future project. And this is neat for that because then you get a ton of ideas and you're able to see a lot.
I always think that when we do the tours, if you're even, just in the back of your mind considering some sort of water feature, it is a great thing to attend one of the tours to see. All of the tours would be great, but at least one to see what people have done. Everyone's terrain's different. Every property is unique, but to see what some of the people have done, and it's really a great thing. I mean, be as educated as possible as to what's out there, what's available, and see what people have done creatively.
So what's the most? I can even do it now. So what would you say to those that really are not interested in doing any kind of future project? Is this tour still for them?
Well, I definitely think it's for anybody who likes to spend time outside, who really likes to be with friends, who want to have a good time. We have had birthdays, we've had anniversaries, we have groups come. The Red Hatters have joined us. So all kinds of things like that, church groups. So it's really for anyone. I would enjoy it regardless because you're outside, you're supporting a great cause, and you're having a great meal. It's a win-win.
Win-win-win. So we're here in Chester County, Pennsylvania. We've had people travel from North Carolina, from Ohio, Jersey, of course, Maryland. I mean, they really travel out to see these tours. Are a lot of fun.
Delaware, we have a couple that comes on all our tours from Delaware. Super nice couple, and they try and make all the tours. So we do have a regular group, and we have new people each time. So we really never know what we're going to get, but it's always fun. Everyone's always nice. My favorite part of the tour is probably the partying atmosphere on the bus. I love the people. Everyone's in a good mood. Everyone's happy. They're ready to see beautiful properties. So I think that's really, as funny as it seems, that's really my favorite part. I get to meet a lot of people, and a lot of people get to exchange information and meet other people. So
yeah, and mine ties right into that. My favorite part is how when people show up, they're kind of hanging out with the people they showed up with. And we get people that show up by themselves, and they're off on their own just a little bit at first. But we quickly engage them, and then before you know it, a few stops later, it is that partying atmosphere. But it's just like one big happy family. Everybody's having a good time together, lots of friends, and it's pretty cool.
It is.
That's definitely my favorite part is how much fun everybody has, and how they all do it together, become friends by the end of the night.
By the end of the night, everybody's friends.
If somebody was coming on a tour for the first time, what would your recommendation be to them?
So I'd say bring a friend and bring a sweater. I would definitely say if you can bring a group, that would be great. Everything's really supplied for you. So transportation, food, beer, wine, plenty of water, plenty, iced tea, whatever. So all of that, so you don't worry about bringing bottled water. Bring a camera and sturdy walking shoes. Some of the terrain's just a little bit, it could be just a little steep or something like that, but for the most part, we try and keep it pretty easy to navigate. So, bring a sweater. I guess that's my best advice, because it can get a little chilly.
It is going to be rain or shine, so if it's supposed to rain, just make sure you have that umbrella with you.
And don't let the rain dissuade you from coming, because one of our night tours, one of our most memorable night tours, was in the pouring rain and even the bus leak. And we still talk about it years later as one of the best tours. So please don't let that dissuade you. So the bus drivers are kind of fun because we book them and they come and they sort of don't have a clue what they're doing. They want the addresses and all of that. We give them that information. However, a couple years ago we had a bus driver and he wanted his wife to come and she did not come, and he tried very hard to get her to come. So through the whole tour, every time he would park, he would come and look at the property. We'd say, come on, you have to come see. And he would get back on the bus and he would call his wife and say, I can't believe you didn't come. You cannot imagine what's going on here.
So one of the other things that I really like is about the night tour, is how our clients tell us how much more they enjoy their properties at night than they do during the day. So it's just two totally different experiences between the two tours. To be able to see it during the day is one thing, but to be able to see how they experience it at night when they come home from work, and many work hard, so they spend more time at their properties with the lights on than they do during the day. So to see that transformation is just fantastic.
Yeah, and we definitely, we have spring, we have summer, and we have fall, and sometimes up through November the weather's warm. And we live a hectic life today, and people really like the ability to go sit down, glass of wine, cup of coffee, whatever, and sit at their pond and just unwind from the day. So it is a de-stressor. So for sure. This is our evening tour, and that is always the last Saturday in September. Our June garden tour is the last Saturday in June. And then our weekend tour is always the last weekend in July. So easy for us to remember, and hopefully easy for all of you to remember, because we don't ever change that. That it stays the same every year. It kind of helps when you're trying to make plans and vacation plans. So we try and make it as easy as possible. Proceeds go to the Chester County Food Bank. If you're not familiar with that organization, they do fabulous work through all of Chester County. Some people would say, Chester County, a food bank, do we really need that? However, the truth is we really do, and they do wonderful work. They do the backpack program for the students.
And we've raised over $140,000 for them to date.
We have. So
it's neat.
Yeah. They make sure fresh fruit's available to people who don't always have that available. And they are great people, great organization. And so if you find yourself with free time, they're always looking for volunteers.
What do you like most?
No.
What's
the most frequently asked question?
What's the most frequently asked question? She's been waiting for this one forever.
This is take 2, and I didn't get it on the first one. Go.
So what is the most frequently asked question that you get asked about the tour?
Okay. Hands down, the most frequently asked question that I get is, why would these people open their homes and offer you to visit their home? I mean, the weekend tour is upwards of 400 people.
Yep.
Why would these people do this for you? And the truth is, when we ask, the only time I can remember that people ever say no to us, our clients, is if they're not going to be there, they're going to be on vacation. Other than that, almost always, everyone says yes. Rarely do we get a no. So, people are like, I don't understand. But I think if you had just imagine you had a backyard that, typical backyard, and then someone came in and they turned it into a paradise with waterfalls and beautiful fish and fountains, and every day you got to enjoy that beautiful backyard. At some point, if someone asked, would you mind sharing it? And then sharing it so that the food bank can benefit. The people always say yes. So I think that people just are amazed on the bus. They'll always ask that question, why do they do this? And I think it really is, they love to share their beautiful backyard and show people what's possible. And also they do it for the food bank, for sure.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I got 2 most frequent asked questions.
Okay.
One is, where is the tour? And it's throughout Chester County, Pennsylvania. We don't give you the address until you purchase the tickets. And we do that on purpose. It's just, we want to make sure that you get the tickets, and then we'll let you know where to go. And the second most question I get asked is, how much is it? So what I need you to do is go to brandywinepondtour.com, and that's where you can get all your information about where it is, what time it is, how much it costs. Everything is available on brandywinecontour.com, or you can give us a call in the office at 610-380-1119. 610-380-1119. Until next time, keep building that outdoor dream.